that had need of healing. And when the day had begun to wear away, then came the 12 and said unto him, Send the multitude away, that they may go into the town and the country round about, and lodged, and get victuals. For we are here in the desert place. But Jesus said unto them, Give it them to eat. And they said, We have no more but 5 loaves and 2 fishes, except we should go and buy meat for all these people. For there were about 5,000 men. And he said to his disciples, Make them sit down in 50s in a company. And they did so, and made them all sit down. Then he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looked up to heaven. He blessed them and brake and gave to the disciples to set before the multitudes. And they did eat and were all filled. And there was taken up of fragments that remained to them 12 baskets. One translation said they ate and were satisfied. May the Lord bless His word in our hearts in the name of Jesus. Go back to verse number 10, where we began. 11, to be more precise because of our time. Verse 11. The people, when they knew where Jesus was going, followed. Verse 12 said, The day began to wear away. And the 12 came to Jesus and said, Send the multitude away. I don't know who you are this morning. I don't know the kind of people that will be present in this service. That's why it's not good sometimes to come late to church. Because a whole lot of people are out there with multitude of problems. Multitude of issues confronting men day and night. And many times our response is, how can this go away? We as Christians has even advanced a little. We like to pray the multitude away. But the multitude that we like to wish away and wish it goes and pray away, Jesus was willing to host. The same thing that we like to pray that should go and live, Jesus would like to play host to such multitude of issues. I don't know if you're here this morning and it's like, we have multitude of issues. Jesus asked them and said to them, guys, Look within the multitudes. What do we have? And the same thing that you like to wish goes, wish leaves, pray away. Jesus was going to play host to them. And as I read this morning and as I studied, I discovered that the solution to the multitudes of people's problem is within the multitudes of those issues itself. And that if you can just find it, in the midst of the multitude was somebody carrying 5 loaves and 2 fishes. Somebody in the multitude was carrying the solution to the problem of the multitude. So the one who liked to play host to the multitude knew that in the multitude lies the solution to the problem of the multitude. So even if your problem is you've come here with multitude of issues this morning, look within those multitudes. And one of the most exciting things is if you can find that solution, you join the company of those that say, I found it! And it's right there in the midst of the multitude of issues. Sometimes we become so overwhelmed because it's coming like an avalanche of multitude of issues. The first thing I want you to know this morning is that in the midst of those multitude of issues lies the solution to those multitude problems. If I want translation, said this disciple said to Jesus, okay, send us away to go buy food. They're not going anywhere, you're going to give them to eat. And one of the things that can be most confusing as you hear the word of the Lord this morning is that when you look in the midst of those mountains and you find the solution, you look at it and say, this, say 2 fish, say 2 fish, 5 loaves. You can talk, say 2 fish, 5 loaves. Come on, say one more time like you mean. Say 2 fish, 5 loaves. How many is that? How many is that? 7. The number 7 is the number for perfection. As more as it is perfectly going to meet the need of the multitude. It might seemingly look so small, and insignificant when you look at the multitude of issues that is supposed to fix. Well, what did they do? He said, bring it to me. They brought the little that they had, which seems to be insignificant. And I've taught us in the house, whatsoever you despise can never confine any benefit to you. Because you can look at the 2 fish and the 5 loaves, say, what is this? In the midst of the multitude of issues and problems that is at hand. Whereas it is just more than enough. Especially if you know how to place it in the hand of the multiplier himself, which is Jesus. They placed it in his hands, and he looked up to heaven and blessed it and broke it And the more he breaks to give the disciple, the more he kept breaking. And he kept breaking, and he kept breaking, and he kept breaking, and he kept breaking, and the men began to eat. 5,000 men, the Bible says, not counting the women or the children that was in their midst. And they all ate, and they were all satisfied. And still had an overflow. In this season, he will so satisfy me that I am going to have my cup overflowing. In the name of Jesus. That's the season in which I am. I'll be so blessed, and it will be so satisfied, and it will overflow. So if you've been overwhelmed with your multitude of issues this morning, why don't you ask him to open your eyes to see what already lies within it? That is the solution to the multitude of issues. The day you find that what will change the trajectory of events in my life is within my issues, you scream, I found it. First thing you're going to be praying about this morning in the name of Jesus before we go have breakfast. Lord, let me find the solution that is already within my challenges and issues. That's why Jesus was so excited to play host to them, because he knew that what they were looking for is already within. Tell your neighbor it's within.
It's within.
Okay, tell your neighbor it's your husband. I said, tell your neighbor he's within. Come on, say like a minute. Tell the person next to you, say it's within. If there's nobody beside you, look to your back. Say, tell the person it's within you. In the name of Jesus. It was the widow woman that Elisha asked, what do you have in the house? Hey, your handmaid has nothing in the house except this pot of oil. And she never could imagine that the same pot of oil that she spoke so despitefully of was going to be the solution to our problem. It's always like that. He's not asking you to bring much, he's asking you to bring the little that is in your hand. Let me multiply it and solve the problem of your life. But he said this, and that which you call this, he's calling is just perfect. What is that is in your hand that you're saying this? And unknown to you, in return, the Lord will say, this is just too perfect. It's more than enough. All I say is Jesus, 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 it's more than enough. I say all I say is Jesus, 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 it's more than enough. You have captured my heart, consumed my heart with your love. Oh, 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 you have captured My heart consume my heart with your love. I know I say, all I say, Jesus, Jesus is more than. This multitude of issues this morning is what I want you to bring before Him. This is all I say, Jesus. I say, Jesus, Jesus is more than enough. Give it to the hand of the multiplier and see what He will do. And as a matter of fact, can I announce to you that the multitude of issues is the one that is going to create the platform for your miracle. In that the issues are multitudes. Makes it become the platform for your miracle. Let those multitude of issues this morning become the platform for your miracle. Send it away. Yes or no? Let me play host to it. Let him play host to your multitude of issues this morning. In the name of Jesus. Stop praying that they should go. Pray for him to become a host to it. Let him let you look within, that you find the perfect solution that's already inherent in those multitude of issues, and see a miracle happen in your life in the name of Jesus. So I challenge you this morning. In the name of resurrected Christ, look within, my friend. The solution is right there. Open my that I may see. One of the choir should come. Let him open your eyes this morning. Let him help you to see the solution that is already within the problem. Rise to your feet this morning in the name of Jesus. Just ask him to open your eyes. That's what we are saying. That you might see the solution that is already embedded in those multitude of issues. Instead of you who being overwhelmed and praying them away and wishing them away, why don't you ask God this morning to show you the solution within it? There's another one. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Siske, open the eyes of my heart. I want. Join your friend. Hey, I want to see you. Oh, you are lifted up. Come on now. Loving in the light of glory. this guy.